I want Adin Ross to get better. Okay. I want him to be like, you know what? I've learned from the past. HasanAbi comment on Adin Ross IG live. Get blackballed, lol. This is not even real, by the way.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Look at the steak thing.
I don't know why they. Yeah, steak logo, fake image. Don't know why they even posted this. Like, what's the point of this? I guess it's like.
I think that's engagement farming.
Yeah, dude. The Adin Ross needs to be unbanned. Meta is so obviously forced. I will say. Adin Ross wants to get unbanned from Twitch.
People say Jalen Brunson works the refs, but I don't think I've seen a guy try to work the refs harder than him in a minute.
Yeah, like after a year of like doing everything bad that you can possibly do, now he's like, oh, can we please like unban me? I've changed my ways, and he apparently has like reached out to a bunch of like large Twitch streamers as well to try to actively get unbanned. And a lot of the FaZe boys are obviously on board with that. I think Sneeko is also trying to do this as well after like 2 or 3 years of basically just doing like the absolute worst kinds of politics. Yeah. Also, I don't.
Adin Ross.
The thing is, like, I don't actually.
That portrait for personal development
yeah,
everywhere.
I don't personally like. I want him to be a better person. Like I do. Why? I don't give a shit. Like I want him to be a better person. I want him to like actively try to become a better human being.
And rewarding somebody by giving them a megaphone again to go and use that is like not how they become a better person.
The problem is that like I think a lot of these dudes just don't have any sort of personal responsibility at all, where they just don't want to recognize that like it's not some grand conspiracy. This is a platform that's trying to make money, and obviously as a platform that's trying to make money, even though you might have a sizable audience, right? They don't want the stink. And that's the thing that a lot of my haters don't understand. Where my haters would be like, well, Hasan is on the platform. Why the can't Adin be on the platform? Not realizing that
Hasan
like,
doesn't open his mouth and sound like the Turner Diaries.
Yeah. Not realizing that like no matter how much people try to force this like Hasan is narrative, like adults, okay, not 14-year-olds who get their political worldview from watching like Ethan Klein or drama YouTubers, adults understand that that is not the case. I just don't like
when
if
they
he
pull
wasn't
out the Ark of the Covenant.
The thing is if he wasn't doing this shit, then like if this was, I don't know, like 3 years ago, and he is like actively been like, yeah, I'm so sorry about all the shit that I said. It was really dumb of me. I learned, you know, I was a young 24-year-old or whatever. But it's like, what are you doing? I want him to rehabilitate. I want him to not be a dickhead. I want him to not have opinions like this. Okay. But it's just crazy where he's like, no, please let me in on Twitch.
Before 10 years ago, it was like considered a hard-earned privilege that you usually had to, you know, like demonstrate talent and ability to have like the ability to speak in front of thousands of people at a time. Like it wasn't just something awarded to you. And like perhaps it's like good and not bad that people can use social media to connect with large audiences, you know, in a straightforward way. I would suspect that all of this could be credited to that as well. The flip side of it, though, is that this method also lets in that motherfucker. It lets in an idiot like that guy just and gives him a platform because, I mean, what is he even good at? 2K?
Adin? No, not. I mean, he was like.
What is it like?
He was funny. He was funny. He was funny. He was like.
Funny.
He would do. He had like a decent nature about him. Like he had a funny disposition. He would. No, I'm being fair. Come on, guys. Like as a content creator, remove the last like 3 or 4 years. Like remove the Andrew Tate.
Like prior to this shit. What was that?
Pre Andrew Tate. He would play 2K, play COD, that's whatever. But that wasn't the reason why he blew up. The reason why I blew up was because he would make a mockery of himself, like a jester, right? In front of very famous people. And I think like there was something to that. Like he did do a lot of the stuff that like I think Kai does right now and does very well without, you know, Kai does it also very well in a much more manageable and normal and relatively brand friendly way. Whereas Adin was also kind of funny and did a lot of like cool shit, did a lot of like celebrity collabs and things of that nature. And there is space for someone who makes a mockery of themselves in an intentional way. It's just that I think at a certain point he leveled up the self-harm to a degree where he just became like a kind of hateful person. He like really rode the Andrew Tate shit and, you know, say some of the most unhinged shit to desperately clip farm.
It's very sad. It's sad. He's got something wrong with him, man.
Anyway,
I don't know.
And yeah, chat forgets we used to be on good terms. Exactly. Like I was actively trying to help him out. Ball, dude? I'm live right now. But what is this? What is this? I'm showing you. I'm showing you to everyone. Look at this guy. Yeah, I was trying to be a unk. I was trying to be a good unk. Okay. And he went with the bad unk. He went with Andrew Tate. That's what happened. Which way Western man happened. Okay. Which way Western man? On the one hand, you got HasanAbi who paints his nails and is gay, okay? And on the other hand, you have Andrew Tate, who is like way gayer than me, by the way, with the way that he dresses and shit. Like, it's crazy how gay he dresses, and like people still think that's the beacon of
it's
straight.
It's true. He does look like a waiter.
So
he looks
Euro.
like a waiter in Vanderpump.
He's so Euro, bro. Exactly. Anyway,
like he should be getting me mozzarella sticks at Sir.
That's besides the point. My point is. My point is he chose his lane. And in that process, he became this like angry person, like incredibly angry person. And slowly but surely, he leveled up on that anger and resentment and frustration and right-wing politics. And he basically maxed out. Now he wants to turn back, but he's still doing this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I try to save him from the Kanye shit too back in the day. It makes me sad. It makes me sad because like it didn't have to be this way. You know what I mean? Because I think about not only like what this has done to him and probably his own mindset, his own psyche, but also on top of that, like there are now droves, like thousands, if not millions of young boys who also think this shit is so cool. They're being corny.
Gavin Newsom's son, dude.
Yeah.
Probably.
It's so busted.
It's bad.
Yeah.
I'm technically not losing, yes. However, I do want to say that it's still addicting. I still do it off stream all the time. Like I was just doing it like before I called you. So
okay, but don't put that on your fan base too. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, whatever. You're not gonna listen to me. It's clear. I keep telling you not to do it, but you keep doing it.
Okay.
I try to tell him like, don't take the bag. And the example of a person who I had zero impact on, who actually made that exact same decision on their own, is HasanAbi. I never told HasanAbi not to do any of this shit, and perhaps that was a good thing because clearly nobody
got
listens.
a great record.
Yeah,
so far.
nobody listens to me. People just like do the exact opposite of what I tell them. But Kai didn't do any of that shit, and look at him now. Do you understand? You have to take a little bit of accountability for your actions. Okay, you got to take a little bit of accountability for your actions. You got to sack up. You're a goddamn adult. You know what I mean? Hasan is a 0% success rate with these people. It's because the areas of impact where I am successful are invisible because you don't think about it. That's the only reason. But when I'm unsuccessful, it's very public.
Is the shirtless thing part of his bit too?
I mean, it's not even a bit. I think it's just who he is.
Okay, all right. I get what you're saying, but the Phils thing is what I was like, all right, the Phils.
How do you keep thinking that you can little bro people that you barely know, man? First of all, little bro people that I barely know. I know this. I knew this person a lot better than Andrew Tate did. The are you talking about? It just makes me sad, dude. I tried my best. I tried for like a year plus, almost 2 years.
If they don't with you, obviously Twitch don't with Adin. You know what I'm saying? Dan Clancy got something. You know what I'm saying? They will look at what you do on every other off-platform activities.
But it makes sense. It makes sense as to why. Like, it makes sense as to why they would do that. You know what I mean? Like, of course, because the shit he's doing off-platform isn't just like marginal shit. I don't know why other content creators like refuse to understand this. Like, it's not a minor infraction that they're like holding you accountable over. It's like major shit, you know?
Well, and also he's big. Like, he's not just going to show up and have like 10 viewers and he's just some guy. And like,
yeah, you're bringing your audience with you.
And on top of which, it's like, there's, you know, like this is a business. And if like Adin Ross is going to engage with like the lead people on this platform, the people who generate content or whatever, and he like spreads his cancer everywhere, I guess, then the fear is that it spreads. It makes like, I don't know. I'm not really sure you could ever convince me that it's a wise business decision to invite to invite that.
Talking IG. I'm talking Snapchat. I'm talking, Skype, all type of shit. They will watch what you do, and if they not what you do, they will never unban you, bro.
Yeah.
They will never unban you. So yes, they were watching. They have been watching Adin.
Yeah, that's why when people say, "Oh, he got banned 3 years ago for like unmoderated chat or whatever," which by the way, they never say what was going on in the unmoderated chat, but that's not the main reason why you don't get unbanned. Okay. Another good example of this is Speed. Look at Speed now. Speed is unbanned from Twitch. Look at Speed now. Why is he unbanned from Twitch? It's not just because he became a large content creator. He became one of the largest content creators, but also in the process, while he was becoming a larger content creator, he literally stopped doing the shit that he was doing when he was like 16, 17 that caused him to get banned to begin with. That's it. Like, why? Why won't anybody, any of these other content creators who are literally older than Speed not recognize that? That's it. It's just accountability, like, and owning up to your mistakes and like trying to become better, trying to become a healthier person.
If you don't own up to them as mistakes and you don't listen when people call them mistakes and you don't do that, then people might get the impression that you don't think they were mistakes. That, maybe
because they don't think
your actions and what you say and what you do and how you're perceived are in effect the definition of what you are to other people. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Is there like this like unban him meme or whatever? Like, is there anybody that it's proven to be successful with where like it just say it enough and they were just like, fine, we'll flip the switch? Like, has it ever actually worked?
No, I don't think it has. But it doesn't hurt to like actively get some of the larger content creators on the platform to also petition on your behalf, which is what Aiden's trying to do.
No, it makes sense.
But
it's if one were to try to do it, that's how you would do it.
But that's not going to. Jidion did kind of. No, for Jidion didn't just also demand to be unbanned or whatever. Jidion at that point, and I don't know what he's up to now, but at that point he had actually changed the ways that he was operating. He had reformed. He apologized. Asked for the people like Pokimane to accept his apology. She did. You know what I mean? Like and it's not because like Pokey endorsed him and that's why, because Pokimane has like a lot of staying power in this situation. Like, no, it's because Pokey was the wronged party. Of course, Twitch is going to want to defend its content creators from other content creators who are like actively trying to harm them.
Do you think he's ever read a book?
What?
I'm just like thinking.
Aiden Ross? No, he's not read a book.
That's what you do. And if they not what you do, they will never unban you, bro. They will never unban you. So yes, they were watching. They have been watching Adin, and I know for a fact they've been watching Adin.
Dude, what is up with Twitter clips, bro? What the is going on?
You're telling me the Everything app's videos don't load properly?
It's
shocked.
Like 50 seconds.
I'm
shocked. Like I had to restart it. Like I don't want anyone to be permabanned from any platform. Okay, I'm a content creator. I also talk about a lot of stuff that people in positions of power don't want me to talk about. Okay. Now, because of that reason, I understand censorship being a obvious weapon to wield against someone like myself. Okay, it's both self-preservation and also the principle that I think it's not a good thing to permanently ban people from platforms. But the problem is, if you keep doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down on this dumb shit, like of course they're not gonna unban you, man. I want Adin Ross to get better. I want him to be like, you know what? I've learned from the past. I shouldn't do any of this shit, and I'm going to actively work against doing this shit. Okay,